Balogun. Balogun. You gave him a second chance. Ball hawk, goal getter, Monaco. Big money should probably be spent on this guy at some point um, when the leagues pop back up. It's a red card every day. I think Balogun is maybe even trying to go down as well. So it look yeah, we know what happens in football. You're guilty of a foul. You know the ref saw it. You know the camera saw it. You know VAR saw it. So you go down to you hold your calf. You act like you cramped up. You got the medical team out there stretching you out, rubbing your thighs down and shit. Yeah, it's a red card every day. And honestly, so hard to tell sometimes with intent. But you're really nowhere near the ball, and to do that, those things can happen accidentally. But I also know that we're talking about the World Cup here. Blood is rushing in your mind. You're doing things, frustrated, whatever the case may be, trying to get the ball. I'm gonna assume, benefit of the doubt, that it was an accident, but that's a nasty challenge. A challenge that could really put a guy out of the game. To be honest, not to be too dramatic, but when you see it in slow mo, it's an awful challenge. So it's a red card for me. There's no question. I don't know if anybody online is talking about it and saying it's not, it's harsh, whatever. Largely, the refs have been a bit suspect throughout the whole tournament, but there have been refs who I've seen do a decent job and let the teams play, and actually make calls. You know what I mean, that they're supposed to be making. So, um, but yeah, Balogun, a big chance. Obviously, the second chance, the first one offsides. USA had a couple of offsides goals. So the fight was there, a clean sheet. Shout out to my boy Chris Richards. Um, you know, Bosnia is a team that over the years, the only players I've really been familiar with is Dzeko, of course, who's probably the more senior player on the team, and then Pjanic. I don't know if you guys remember Pjanic. He was a great set piece kicker. I think he's listed at one of the best in terms of when you talk about just set pieces. Played with Juventus, played with Roma. Pretty good midfielder, but he's not with them anymore, I don't believe. But they did pan over. The camera showed him. Pretty sure he's retired from all football. But and then Tillman, the set piece. Wow, wow. Needed that second goal in a game like that. We've been seeing what the games have been looking like. Teams been hanging around Belgium and able to snatch something in the end. So look, coming into this game, to me, this is a win. This is on paper, you should win it. I'm glad that we took it off the paper on the pitch and got it done. So USA keep marching on. Pochettino, I've always liked him. Southampton, Spurs, getting Spurs to a Champions League final. We'll never know when that'll ever happen again. That is a monumental achievement for him to do that. I know they lost in the final to Liverpool, but still getting the team there, working with what he has. So, look, I like what I'm seeing. I want to say this before getting out of here. Say what you want about immigration, but some of these teams wouldn't be what they were without it. You look at all the European teams that I really don't have to list them, but England, Netherlands, Belgium, France. Immigration is crazy, and I bring it up because I was having a conversation with my brother, and USA has a lot of guys mixed in there. They have a parent who's from somewhere else. Maybe they didn't spend a lot of time in America, but that's where they got citizenship. Maybe the U.S. team was a team that they felt they could make, I don't want to say easier, but a bigger chance to be on, to play, as opposed to maybe the country one of their parents was from. So, yeah, this is the immigration situation, immigration competition, essentially. I mean, this year is really something. You're seeing black guys playing for Japan, Mexico, and I mean guys that are like really making a difference. So, the melanin. Um, so yeah, happy we can get the win back to U.S. And again, home soil, great job representing America. So Yeah, it's getting exciting now. It's getting spicy. More games tomorrow. Definitely will cover those when I can. Actually, tomorrow should be. I should have more time to cover all the games. Well, not cover, but just have my input post match. This is a late post match. The game ended some time ago, but try to get some thoughts together. Watch a few more highlights and come on and spit a little bit. So yeah, hope everybody's enjoying the game as much as I am. Look forward to seeing you guys later.